Israeli PM shares harrowing image of child's blood-drenched bed after Hamas beheaded babies in savage reign of terror. Eli Doughty. Iona Cleve The Sun Israel's PM has shared a horrific photo of a child's blood-drenched bed after Hamas reportedly beheaded babies in a sickening rampage. Benjamin Netanyahu posted the harrowing picture online with the caption, "Hamas is worse than ISIS." As the bloody conflict enters its fifth day, Israel is readying its forces at the border for a full-scale invasion of Gaza and has formed an emergency wartime cabinet. The horrific photograph shared by the PM shows a child's bedsheets soaked with blood and more smeared all over the floor in a disturbing depiction of the Hamas massacre. Toys are scattered around the room and marks from what could have been an explosion cover the wall. Netanyahu on Wednesday said Hamas had beheaded soldiers, raped women, shot children in the head and burned people alive during their horror attacks on Israel. He raged, "Every member of Hamas is a dead man." It comes after soldiers discovered scenes of indescribable horror in Kfar Aza, a village near the Gaza border that was ravaged by Hamas militants. Israeli forces took back control of the besieged town on Tuesday and were forced to recover the bodies of at least 40 babies and kids, with some found beheaded, Israel claimed. Hamas militants armed with guns, grenades and knives killed entire families in their beds early on Saturday morning after storming over the border. Speaking from the scene of the bloodbath, I-24 News reporter Nicole Zedek on Tuesday said a soldier told her they had found women and babies with heads cut off. At least 40 babies and children were slaughtered as families were burned alive in their homes, shot dead and beheaded. More than 2,000 people have been killed since the Palestinian militants staged a surprise assault by land, air and sea on Israel on Saturday. It was the deadliest attack in Israel's 75-year history as gunmen rampaged through towns and even a music festival, killing over 1,000 and taking scores of hostages to Gaza. Hostages are reportedly being held as human shields in tunnels, apartments, buildings and military bases to deter Israeli attacks. One of the survivors from the music festival massacre told Sky News on Wednesday that she saw videos of her dead friend online as Hamas terrorists were sitting on her and raping her. Hila Fakliro added that she hopes 2 of her other friends, who are missing, are dead because, "you don't know what they are doing to them." Netanyahu and senior opposition figure Benny Gantz have created an emergency wartime cabinet which will oversee the revenge assault as the country prepares for an all-out ground offensive into Gaza. The UK's Foreign Secretary James Cleverly was forced to run for cover as Hamas fighters launched a barrage of rockets into southern Israel today. He had to dash for safety when air sirens blared in Ofakim as he visited to war-ravaged country. Responding to the terrifying incident, Cleverly said, "Today I've seen a glimpse of what millions experience every day. The threat of Hamas rockets lingers over every Israeli man, woman and child. This is why we are standing shoulder to shoulder with Israel," he wrote on Twitter, X. Gaza's health ministry stated that 1,055 people have been killed, 5,184 injured and 250,000 are now homeless. And the territory, which has a population of 2.3 million, is only hours away from plunging into a blackout as its sole power plant has dried up, leaving only generators to power the territory. Israel has halted fuel, food and medicine entering the blockaded territory in revenge for Hamas's bloody massacre. The Israeli military said more than 1,200 citizens, including 155 soldiers, have been killed since Hamas terrorists stormed across the border and killed hundreds in a bloody massacre.